tell you a story about a guy called Michael Jackson. I love that guy so much. When that guy was born, I knew, reading through his history, I knew the seal of God was on Michael Jackson. I knew God wanted to use that guy. The way Michael Jackson's story went, when he was born, there was no father to love him and show him the kind of care he needed. So he grew not having fatherly love and all that. He was even abused at some point growing up. But God invested talent, potentials, and a lot of things inside the young man. Anyway, somehow he even suffered rejection. You know, there was a time he went and did plastic surgery because he wanted to change from a black to a white. Because most white guys refused to accept him, though he had talent. So he felt the only way he can appeal to the white community is to go and bleach. So he did plastic surgery, bleached and changed, and started looking a little bit like white. Anyway, a guy became a massive asset in the world. His music everywhere. And if you listen to some of the songs Michael Jackson sang those years before he died, you see that his songs were reformational songs. His songs, like all those, we are the one, we are the children to make the world a better place. And some of those songs he sang, and other whatever, he even sang about how to protect the environment and some things. There was a time he even built a whole children's park called Neverland and all that. Why did he get into all that? Because he had burden for children. As a matter of fact, his real calling, according to him, I heard his interview one time, his real calling was not to go and be singing and doing entertainment. He said that entertainment was a vehicle that he was using to reach out to children. That his concern with children, that he has seen a lot of homeless, hopeless children who suffered the thing he suffered when he was a baby. And now he has grown. Let me even let you know, one of the ways to identify your ministry is to watch the things you suffered. There are some things you have gone through in life. God allowed you to go through it so you can discover your purpose in that thing, and then he can use you to go and reach more people who are going through the same thing you have gone through, so he can call them out. Because you can't help people who are feeling pain until you have once felt their pain. There are some things you won't understand people are going through until you have gone through that area. When I studied Michael Jackson's life, I understood what God was trying to do with the guy. But the guy messed up and failed and died a useless death. And then I felt so sad when the guy was announced dead, because I knew that guy perhaps did not die in Christ. I said, this is such a great man to go to hell. And then God said something to me the day I heard the announcement of his death. He said he died the way he died because the person who was called to minister to that guy missed his calling. The person who was called maybe to help disciple Michael Jackson, to raise him, to train him, to develop him, to mentor him, to put him on track, lost him. What about Whitney Houston? If you see the kind of ministry Michael Jackson did, he's even more impactful than some Christians who have been in church for 50 years, 20 years, just clapping hands and carrying Bible and prophesying only and singing song. There were some shows or some programs Michael Jackson did in his time. He would generate as much as $1 billion, $500 million. You know what he would do? He would take all the money and put it in a nation, Ethiopia. He will put it in some other countries where there are devastations, where there are earthquake and all that. He will wheel all that money out. When I saw that guy's life, I said, this is a dangerous minister that the church missed.